On Sunday, this year's BET Awards will kick off to honor legends of today and of the past. Sean P. Diddy Combs will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award, and a part of the celebration, he will perform with some of the greatest hits over the years. The performance would include former Bad Boy record artists like Shine, The Lox, Mary J. Blige, and Lil' Kim. Audience would take notice over Kim's latest appearance, including actress Kathleen Bradley, who played Miss Parker on Friday. Bradley would take to social media and say, "I was enjoying the BET Awards until Lil' Kim came on. I'm sorry, y'all, she looks deformed and scary." Others would react with comments on body image of women today and Kim's mental health over the years. Today we have our comedy hype analysts, Pierre and Capone, calling into the show to share their reactions. But first, let's take a look at this clip.
All right, I was enjoying the BET Awards until little Kim came on. She looks just deformed and scary. No, little Kim. I'm sorry, baby girl.
Now, I want to dive into everyone's reaction, but Pierre, I know you actually took this to your Instagram and made a caption and kind of started some conversation. So I want to read that and then get you all's reaction. So Pierre, you said, "I know y'all done seen this photo. Some are clowning and some are defending. Yes, she's allowed to do whatever she wants to herself. And yes, she seems to look strange. Regardless if you love her or not, do we not question her mental state over the past 20 years? Are we speaking up because we don't want other women to feel the need to go to this extreme? Do we mind our business and let other young females feel the need to impress people to where they go down this road? Or again, do we say she looks great, but inside wish our daughters, nieces, cousins, etc. don't go down this road?" Just a few questions. So Pierre, I want you to kick off. What are your thoughts or anything that you want to expand, after seeing that clip surface of Lil' Kim?
As a lot of people were, I was shocked to see her. I mean, we've seen her morphing into something. I was privy enough to be young enough to remember her when she was younger too, and it came up during the Bad Boy era, and I know how beautiful and cute she was. Sure, people aren't going to look the same way as they were when they're 19, 20, but to drastically change your body for it seems to be to impress I don't know what it is, impress the people. I think she's went down a dangerous road, and she doesn't look the same. And it's not a good look to me. To me, it's not a good look, And I wish it's not something that other young ladies decide, hey, I want to do it. And then you got to find out. We'll talk about it more here. Why are women doing this? You're a young lady. Why do women decide to do this or not to do this? But what I saw there that night, I was just like, wow. I would say, they're trying to, I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna say look European because they're putting all that booty on it. It's just I don't know. It was just something that it was hard. It hurt my heart because I remember how she used to look, and I didn't think it was a good look.
Capone, I'll come to you. What was your reaction when you first saw this clip?
From the beginning, when she first started changing, I was definitely a little worried about her. But it seemed like a fad or a trend that most women were going through. And I guess she went to the extremes, being that she's an entertainer, and it must be some kind of addiction or some kind of mental stage. When you're not happy with yourself and you're going through all of this different type of depression, people have to look at that. And it's obvious that she really wasn't happy within herself. And, she had other reasons of being depressed, the death of Biggie, all of that can change you into a certain extent, but if it makes her happy, it is what it is. I'm not here to judge her happiness.
So I'll go ahead and just start with you, Capone. With that, do you feel that it's more of a mental health thing that we are seeing this because we're seeing it happen more often, or do you feel like it's more coming from the pressures of society, or even because people are an artist and they're in that limelight? Which side do you think most of that is coming from or stems from?
Well, one of the things that a lot of black women suffer is self-love. Self-love. And unfortunately, she went through the whole body thing, but you look at everybody that's doing this weave and these eyelashes and all of that, and they consider it beauty. I'm not with that. All of these different injections is dangerous, and it's becoming, I don't think they do it for men. I think women do it for other women, to be honest with you.
Pierre, I'll bring that same question to you because I know you kind of mentioned, those questions in your caption. What do you think? Do you think this is stemming more from, mental health, or do you think it's the pressures of society?
Uh, I think a little bit of both. Look, at the end of the day, we all like to be liked. We like to be, people say compliments about us. You look cute, you look pretty, look your hair, look at whatever. And some people go at certain extremes, over the top extremes. I'm not such a problem with, especially our black women, wearing eyelashes and weaves. If that makes you feel good and gives you a good look and stuff, and you feel, but that's something that you could take off and on. That won't harm your body necessarily in a real way. But when you start getting, like I said, butt implants and breast implants and so forth, and surgeries done that can really alter your body, you put yourself in a heavy risk of, maybe a fatality. And it's sad that you're willing to go to that risk to look, a certain way, so society can say you look good. Trust me, I've been in show business a lot. And what happens with it, they do it in a sneaky way. They'll show Beyonce and they'll show how successful. You're a young artist. Look how she looks. Look at, they'll compare her, like the young artist, and show her other people who are doing well. And as a young artist, you might not have long hair. You might have an afro. You might have short hair. Your hair don't grow. But you see Beyonce, then you start wanting to be like Beyonce. It's okay. The people who pull the strings are usually men. And they slowly and manipulate you by little words and let you see what's a fine image. Who they put in front of magazines. Why don't they put more Black African features on magazines? They don't. They, especially the bigger magazines, that you have to kind of look more like European with long hair and long eyelashes, whatever the case may be. And young girls see that, and it's impressionable. And so it makes them feel like they're not really the ones that, are beautiful as they are, as just sometimes as Black women. Right. Some are, it's more growing, yes, but as a whole, it's been for years. And now I think women will do anything to, not anything, but a lot of things to fit in. Who don't want a compliment? Girl, your hair look good. Right. Even though it's a weave. Girl, your face look good. Your makeup look good. Your breasts look good. Who don't want to hear that?
Let me ask you this, Pierre. Do you think over time the beauty standard has changed? Because when I think back, even if I'm just thinking in the space of artists, looking at Kathleen, from Miss Parker, there was a beauty standard. But even if I'm talking about like Aaliyah, like just the different types of body types and things like that. So do you think that beauty standard has changed over time?
Sure. I'm happy to see more Black women being pushed forward, just Afrocentric, regular hair and something that weave. Yeah, I like that. But, that's just been changing in the last, let's say, 10 years. Let's be honest with that. But before that, the machine had already been moving. Now you got to try to break that down. Yeah, of course. I mean, women with big breasts and small waists are always going to be pushed in front of, as beautiful, more than a girl who got overweight. Why do you think people get compliments when they lose weight? You don't get no compliments when you gain weight. Like, girl, you don't gain 50 pounds. Look at you, boo-boo. You don't hear that. It's always, girl, you lost some weight. You lost some weight. You look fabulous. You look great. Well, bitch, I didn't look great when I was 250. No, you're lying. Now you're down to 145, girl. You're looking great now. So look at that. So big women, that image is slim and cute is there, Right. Thank God now a little more bustier is there, but the women who don't have the bust, now they trying to buy the titties and trying to buy the bigger butt. Look at Lil' Kim. God bless her. I love her. I mean, I'm happy, I'm a fan of hers. But she out here looking like a cartoon ant now. Come on, y'all. Come on.
Capone, let me come to you with that same question. When we're looking at beauty standards over time, do you think that has changed, from then to now?
Yeah, it has changed. I don't agree with it, and I don't think. When men stare, I think women get the wrong perception. We're staring because we can't believe that you did this to yourself. Getting the butt change, especially somebody you grew up with, and they try to pass it off to you like, I just gained a little weight. No, you got the surgery. And those that got the stomachs done and put the tattoos on it, it's almost like the same thing. You're walking around here with a bunch of Stepford wives.
I can't argue, but I do want to speak in on this because, Pierre, I know you asked me a question earlier lightly about why do I feel like women do this. From my perspective, or even just my experience, like I would lie to say like men don't seem to be more attracted to the bigger butts and smaller waists. And it seems that if you are like a more petite girl, it is like, oh, okay, well, and Pierre, I know you mentioned like about gaining weight, but I've been told like, hey, maybe you need to put on like a few more pounds, or you're too skinny, or you're like all these things. But because of the self-love that I had in myself, just from growing up and being able to love myself, I didn't allow those things to affect me. But I can only imagine, being in that type of light, being told that you have to look this way to be successful. Even artists now, we're seeing more women get BBLs, and it just seems it's like a standard of what you have to look like to be successful or to be seen or to get record deals and all these types of things. So I do think it's a lot of pressure from society, but I think it just comes from, it has to start home. You have to have that self-love and really be confident in who you are so that you can come out with your afro and go against the beauty standard.
Right, but that's true, and I'm guilty of being in the age of the 90s and the 2000s when big booties was all in the videos and so forth. Look at that big girl baby got back and all that big booty, donkey booty, all that was pushed, so much. And so some of these younger girls whose mothers, had big butts or whatever, they seen it in the hood. In the hood, if you got a nice body, you get pushed forward. You get more treats and stuff, and people treat you nicer. I know what it is. And who doesn't want to be treated nicer? So if you have a flat butt, and you're in the hood, you putting jackets around your waist and sweaters around your waist, you're embarrassed of your butt because people tease you and so forth. So I understand that. But how do we get, you see, right, you said self-love at home. Well, let's work on the home then, because you're absolutely right. Some people don't have a strong enough home that'll, even grandmas are honest, like, girl, you ain't got no booty. Where that flat back at? Look at that flat booty. To some young girls, okay? That's coming from the mamas or the grandmamas. So that can mess with women's young minds, so. But when you overextend, you try to do too much. Come on, like Lil' Kim, that's way too much. Like, I don't know. I mean, we don't knock men or people for getting their teeth fixed, but we will knock them for getting their booties fixed. I mean,
that's a great point. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Pierre, when you made your caption, of course we have Yamaneika that's also a part of the show. And I actually want to read her comment because I think, with her being a part of the show, I think she also made a great point. So she said, the same dudes that was clowning her when she was naturally beautiful in the comment section 20 years later, clowning her for turning into what they glorified. So she was damned if she did or didn't. All I know is old school Kim was beautiful. So I'll come to you, Capone. Do you think men can help change the way that women view themselves or the way that women may have? Because there are some women that just want to get the procedure because they want to, but we're speaking to the ones that may be doing it because of the pressure of society. Do you think men can help change that?
To a certain extent, the compliments of real compliments. But no, women do this because they want to do it. They go out of state. They go out of town. They different countries, and I've known quite a few women that I was like, why would you go do that? Well, that's this is what I want to do, and they look beautiful and all of that. So, they convince their own selves. I don't agree with it.
Pierre, I'll pose that same question to you. Do you think men can help, women with the way they view themselves or with pressure that they may feel, from society or from the industry? Do you think men can help with that?
Yeah, well, first of all, I got love for my girl Yamaneika, my sister Yamaneika, but no, men weren't clowning Lil' Kim, okay? I don't know what nigga was clowning her back then. They thought, damn, look at her squatting right there. It wasn't negative. I want some of that. Niggas wanted Lil' Kim. Trust me, I was back in them days. It was not clowning her by saying her body image. What were they saying? She's squatting and she's sucking, she talking about sucking, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't believe that part of it. So I don't know those guys was clowning her now, clowning her. No, she's went to another level. But men, funny, the Mr. Cat Williams said the great thing was like, it's self-esteem. It's esteem of self. So why are you asking men to control your self-esteem? You know what I'm saying? And do that. So trust me, I understand. But if you're letting us men tell you what to do and how to look, then that might be part of mental anguish. So I would encourage women, not to try to, make what men like, make what you like, what you truly like and want, and not necessarily say, well, man, if men like it, so I got to do it. Well, men like a lot of things. They change their mind. They change their mind less than they change their draws and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? So don't chase what men want changed all the time and what they like only, because then you're going to be chasing some bull junk. And don't put that pressure on you, young ladies. Do what you want to do because you want to do it. You want to do it, not because you think society likes you. Do what you want to do.
Pierre, that's probably the realest statement you said today, and I appreciate it.
Today, yeah, I said some shit yesterday was real too.
No, I'm kidding. No, but I do agree. I think. No, I do agree. I do appreciate, hearing that from a man. I think that to me, it does a lot because it's just like not many times have I heard men say like, hey, don't listen to us. You know what I'm saying? Like you listen to us, it's going to flip, it's going to flop. So in saying that, like I'm being serious, I do appreciate, you being open and being able to say that. I do feel like, a woman's body, of course, is her choice. But I do hope that, as time goes on and as we see more women come into the industry, that they do what they want to do and not what they feel society or what men want them to do or women want them to do. Well, as always, I appreciate you all for calling in and chiming on this topic. Before we head out, I do want to know what you have coming up so we can keep up. So, Capone, I'll come to you first. What do you have coming up, and how can people follow you?
This week, the New York Kings is at Levity Live Comedy Show in Palisade, New York. So I'll be there getting ready for the next monthly calendar. But that's my last show this weekend.
Awesome. Mr. Pierre, what do you have coming up, and how can everybody follow you?
Well, follow me up at Comic Pierre, COMICPIERRE, Comic Pierre on Instagram and Facebook. July 14th is a Thursday. I'll be in Washington, D.C. at the City Winery. July 14th, Thursday, City Winery, in the place to be. Also, the new season of Pierre's Panic Room about to drop. We got one with Rizza Islam coming, TK Kirkland. We got great guests, so check that out on my YouTube channel, Comic Pierre. We got the new season of the Panic Room coming out, and hopefully, if all goes well, I'll be here tomorrow too.
Absolutely. Well, again, I appreciate y'all for calling in and chiming on this one. You know, it's a lot of comments out there. It's a lot being said about Kim, but in all seriousness, I do wish her the best. I hope the best for her. I hope whatever, you know, she's experiencing on her side, she has a support system that really loves her and can surround her at this time. So I appreciate you guys for giving your honest thoughts on this one. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Kathleen Bradley responding to Little Kim? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
And sisters, let us love you second. You love yourself first.
Ooh, put that in the comments. Put that in the comments.
Do you know the comedy culture? Play Comedy Hype, the game. Out now.